G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at Maketoys, Jetstream, Jetstream, aka Thrust. And here he is, the second last of my seekers that I'm after. I'm not doing Nova Storm and all that, Sunstorm, just the original three. Perfectly fine with me, although in saying that there was the purple one and there was the Rainmakers, but I'm not collecting those ones. Just the three original Seekers and the three cone heads are perfectly fine for me. So here is Thrust, and my is a bit crooked there. And yeah, he does look very good. Part of his transformation annoys me, but it is what it is. So there we go. And he does look good. Heads up, Decepticon logo not included. I might do a video one of these days of how. I just realized my forearms are around the wrong. My wrist is the wrong way around. Thought those me fingers looked weird. One of these days, I might actually do a video, a very simplistic video of me putting the stickers on. So for those of you who are unsure, can get a gist of how that works. So yeah, there we go. So it does look good. I will say that. It does look good. If you're having trouble with stability, just use the tail fins. Just push them down a bit. He's got his. You can mess with his toes and everything, but if you just want to try and get the stability working a bit more, just use those. And it's just basically back here that will help it out a little bit. Also, if you get this guy and this piece doesn't line up, A, you have to lift his crotch place a little bit further, and B, inside here, which I'll show during transformation for those of you who have not seen it before, there's a big metal piece that you have to compress further. So I'll bring that up when we get to that. So there we go. So we do have a whole lot of accessories. Point out the face he's got is not the face that he comes with. I have that sitting next to me in his plastic. Also, no card, no instructions. So if you really want to know how this guy transforms, you either have to YouTube a video like mine, or you have to find it elsewhere, or you just know how the transformation works because of how the rest of it goes. But we do have a flight adapter, which this goes into here. Right here into his butt, but I don't trust flight adapters, so I'll not use it. Plus, I have tried plugging that in, and it just gives me nothing but trouble. There is a flight adapter for vehicle mode, which that just plugs in, providing you get the right way around. Plugs in there and works as such. And as you saw, he does have part effects, like this one, which just plugs into his null rays. Those ratchets. I'll get to them in a minute, but those ratchets. Plug onto there, and then he can shoot things. Like, honestly, they need to make a golden version of this guy. I wouldn't buy it, but they need to make a golden version of him for the Golden Lagoon episode. He does come with Lightning's wing fillers. For those of you who got the original Lightning, who had the gaps in his wings, mine doesn't, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I need to eventually figure out a better way of doing this, but the box will do. And of course, here is his box. I don't usually do boxes, but I need it for some background. And as I always say, their boxes are crap, absolutely shit. So, oh yeah, you can have your null race further out with a couple bits of articulation if you prefer. It's up to you. But we're going to zoom this in here this far, because hopefully we can then focus his faces. And I think this is the original face that he came with out of the box, which is just sort of a face. We have this one, which is a, oh shit, we're in trouble, which very much reminds me of the episode Ghost in the Machine, when Galvatron absolutely goes nuts on him. I think it's Dirge, run amok and run about for letting Starscream and Scourge steal one of Triptychon's eyes, and he blows up the monitor. We have this one, which is I'll kill you, Autobots. And we have this one, which is Starscream's going on these ramps again. So there we go. The other accessories are for jet mode. I suppose you can use them in robot mode, but I prefer them in jet mode. So there we go. We can straighten his arm out again. Once again, those ratchets. Why do you have to put those ratchets in then? Very unfocused. Come on, thrust. There we go. And we'll do a size comparison before we get down to articulation. Here he is with MP10. So here, shoulder high is up to at least Prime's head. So yeah, good size. All right, let's get down to articulation. I am going to remove his null rays to make this a little bit easier. Plus, then I'm start setting up for transformation. Also, for those interested, like on the box, you can unplug these if you want more of a wing blast look. I think it would look silly, but that's just me, and that's not you. So I'll put them aside because we will need those after anyway. All right, so focus up a little bit. Head can do a full 360. I'm grabbing it in weird ways. On a ball joint. Head can look up that far. Head can look down that far. It can also do a bit of side to side if you want. You can move the wings back. There is several sliders in here if you want it higher or lower. But for those who want more G1 accurate, obviously that high. Arms can do a full 360 on a stupid ratchet. They should have just stuck with the soft friction joints, honestly. And of course, you want to go all the way around, you're going to have to move the wing out of the way. Arms can go up that far, and of course, the null ray does get in the hindrance of that. He does have bicep rotation. He has, and I think the other ones have it too, but I never really pointed out. I don't know if it's because of just the way the plastic is, but there seems to be a wiggle there. So I think that's just more the way the plastic is. He does have double jointed elbows that get you that far. He has bicep rotation. I can't remember if I said that or not. He has wrist rotation. He has individual articulated fingers, which I hate. I absolutely hate with a passion individual articulate fingers, especially on figures like this. There is ball joints here, pin, pin, ball joint here, pin, pin. And the reason I hate it is simply because my swoop is missing his finger because I busted the ball joint off, and these just feel so too damn small. And I have no intention of making it go like that. I just want it to look like that, or I'll figure something out. But I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh yes, it has full articulated fingers. You're not doing that, so what's the point? All right, so we do have waist rotation, but this gets in the way and whatnot. You can lift these sides. Oh, by the way, we do have ab crunch. If you extend the transformation joint however far you want, you can get way over. And I'm surprised that's actually stable. Not because of the figure, but just in general. So you can lift up these flaps. And we do have ratcheted legs. First time I did this, that was really tight, so be aware. You can go back. You do need to get things out of the way. It'll get you that far. You can get, once again, things out of the way, and we have it up that far. It has a single jointed knee. I don't know why that's not quite tapped in properly. He does have ankle tilt that's really tight and starts feel like it's forcing certain things. This does move if you need add things, and toe can go up and down. But for stability and whatnot, I'm leaving it where it is for the time being. Now that I've moved everything, I've got to put everything back. So there we go. So now we can get down to transformation, and of course we'll go from robot mode to vehicle mode and then back to robot mode because that's how I have him displayed. So let's get to it. All right, let's start with the hands. All right, so you want the hands so the palms are facing towards the bicep, and you want to press up, and you want to try and curl the fingers as much as possible so that it sort of presses in and the thumb goes over it as best you can. And you just want to flip this up and just sort of try to follow through. Then we can press all this up. Do the same on the other side. We want to rotate the bicep. We want to try and keep all those curled in. If you have trouble curling them in, leave them extended out, push it up, and then curl it in. Honestly, that's part of the reason I hate the articulation of the fingers, because all it does is it gets in the way for transformation. All right, we're going to extend these up for the moment. We're going to drop his pelvis down a little bit. There is a little bit of a give there. How am I going to do this? All right, so we're going to extend all of this. We're going to just bring these down for the time being. We're going to untab these like so. And we're going to flip this up. Not too much. Not too much. You'll break it like I did my Skywalk. Just enough so it gives you this way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this up a bit. So we have this piece. This is the metal piece I was talking about. So if this all doesn't line up, get your finger in there, press gently on the canopy and push. And that should squeeze it together. And it's exactly what we're going to end up doing anyway. All right. So what we want to do is we want to lift this up and just sort of wiggle it. And this whole thing's going to come with. So just sort of rock it back and forwards. Rock it back and forwards. And if providing things stay where they are, because all this is going to go into a groove here. So when we have it about here, and we can actually do part of the head. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out, extend all this, so this will sit in this groove. The head is going to go into here, and there's a gap in the back right here for this piece here, which will fill out. I think I said in my Dirge video, just pulled the head off, but now that I've actually got how things work properly, you're going to extend this piece out. This will all accordion out. You want to press this in till it goes flat. And then what we can do is bring this down. This is going to go over here, like so. And then what we want to do is bring this up and around. And we'll just flatten it up there for the moment. And we're going to sort of bring this down. Now you need to make sure this is past. Give me tongue working right. Have to get past these. But there is a twister sort of spinning mechanism here. So you want to rotate that all around until you've got it straight. And then make sure all that is pressed tight. So then you can bring this piece down to fill in that gap, like so. We can bring these two pieces in, which will fill out the back. This is going to come down and sort of, where are you? Sort of in and under. And that's going to sit on top of there. And you may have to fill with it a bit until you have that roughly where you want it. Okay, so next we're going to deal with the rest of the upper body. So you're going to spin this piece in so this tab goes onto the inside of here. And then what you're going to do is bring it in and up. So this piece here is flat against the next one. So spin around till that tab's on the other side. Flip it up, flip it in, and voila. And that will release the arms. So we can bring the arms down, bring that down, get the wings out. Oh, flip the side skirts up first, otherwise they're going to get in the way. And just compress in there. Then you can bring the arms down, providing the wings don't keep getting in the way. And that's going to go under there, down, around, and under there. So, voila. Now, these can come down, and these will tab into these to lock the arms into place. Well, not really lock, but you know, you get it. All right, so next we need to get this tabbed in, and I have always so much trouble with this, but we're going to fold back best we can, and we need to, because the top of the hands are going to sit on top of the thighs, like so. I hope you saw that. So it's literally sitting on top there. So then this is going to come up. If you can grab it. I need to bend those knees a little bit just to give you some clearance. That'll come up there. And providing you can get your hands or fingers in the right spot, should tab in. Fingers crossed. Have I got them? I think I got them. Whoop. I just untabbed it. Like I said, it's the hands that cause a lot of the trouble, and it does tend to cause issues in jet mode. Because every time you want to plug them in, it's the hips that get in the way. All right. Hopefully this won't cause me trouble for later. Fingers crossed. All right, so legs, providing we haven't plugged them in, you're going to fold out. Whoops, you can't see nothing except for my wall. You're going to fold out this. You can lift this up if it's in the way. Just untab the back there. And you're going to roll this in. So that's the right way. That doesn't work with the original Seekers because I think I did it with my Starscream and broke it. So then that goes back in there. I think I did ankle articulation. Then we can collapse the foot as far as it'll go. Flip this piece down. And you're going to just straighten this out. Sort of grab behind the thigh until you feel a pop. Just be careful because I have pulled that off and I think I'm just about to do that anyway. They can come all the way down and there is sort of a tabbing point behind the knee for where the thigh is somewhere. I'm guessing it's this sort of groove here. So as long as that is there, you should be pretty right. As you can see, that's all moving on me. So then you can bring this up and that's just going to sit over the top like so. It doesn't really lock in or anything, but it is what it is. And I'll show this better on this side, but just collapse the foot. Untap that. And I probably should have done that first before I did and go the other way. So that goes where it's supposed to go. That goes down. Untab behind the knee. Bring all that down. Tab it in. Flatten it out. And then we can tab the feet together. And if everything goes according to plan, this tab here is going to go under here. Into here, I should say. Not under here. Into here. All right. Home stretch. And I think, hopefully, I usually have trouble keeping this guy straight. So, hopefully, I have this worked out. Because these are sort of pressing against things, so fingers crossed. All right, so wings. What we're going to do is we're going to move the camera for starters. All right, so we want to get this up and this up. So if you grab just one and just sort of wiggle it a bit. Mine's a little tight. Come on. There we go. We want both of them extended. And then what we want to do is bring this around to fill in this gap here, providing you don't get things in the way, like so. And then what we have is we have a couple of tabbing points. We have this piece here, which is going to go in here. There's this piece here that's going to go in here. And there's a tab on the forearm that's going to go into here. So bring that down. I think I've actually brought the wing down a little too far. There we go. So I'm going to try and get that tab underneath in place first. There we go. Come on. There we are. We're going to then get that in place. And I've got this gap because my wing's not far enough down. So then we can tab up there. Hopefully. Where are you? There we go. There we go. We can give it a squeeze on the other side. And as long as all those are pretty much tabbed in, you should be pretty right. So we're going to just fold that down for the moment. Bring this up. Bring this up. And then we're going to bring this all around. And then it's probably easier to straighten it that way. Get this over and under. Make sure this is pulled back. Once again, I've got that wing too far down. So we're going to bring this down. Whoops. I'm bending things where I don't want to bend it. Bring this down. And what am I pressing against? I don't know. But we want to get... Where are you? Where am I getting stuck here? I'm just looking. Feels like something's in the wrong spot. Whoops. That'd be right. Unplug that side. I'll fix that up in a second. So I'm going to bring this down. So we need to get... Why am I think I've got... Yeah. I didn't have that far enough down. Because then we need to try and get that behind. There we go. Now I'm going to try and get that back in the right spot. Because I untabbed it. Make sure that lines up. Plug that in there. And where are you? Plug that in there. Tidy crap up. Give this sort of a push forward. The wings do droop a little bit, but not much. They do more so, especially when it comes to some of the accessories. So then we can flip this piece up. Flip this piece up. Oh, your nose. Oh. Flip this piece up. And there he is in robot mode. Vehicle mode. And he does sit pretty well nice. It's a little slow, but not much. And of course we can thrust up. Like I said, there's a little bit of give there. I think if there was a bit of another tab here, it'd be right. But it is what it is. So it's good. Also, Decepticon logos not included. All right, so we can arm him up multiple ways. We have this, which can unplug for reasons that I have no clue about. Also, I find that different spots it actually sort of gives way easier. So that was a little bit more effort. All right, that one does. Yeah, but you can have, like on the box, I think there's a spinning mechanism here. Might be just the null rays. If I can get it out. Okay. Oh, I'm not really sure because it plugs in one way. Unless it's plugging in somewhere else. I'm not sure. How does that work? Like, I don't really care to do it, but I'm really, I'm an idiot. I am a genuine idiot. So, here I am thinking I'm all smart. Oh, by the way, you can replace, if you want, just like the other Seekers, you can replace the null ray with the laser. And it just unplugs, not there, but unplugs there. That's not supposed to come undone. Well, it can, but it's not supposed to. But you can take your bombers, because that's basically what thrust and dirge and all the rest of the cone heads are. You can plug it here, or you can plug it here. I don't know why. I've got the dirge. I got the dirge. I got the Ramjet 2, and he doesn't actually have those pieces there, and that's just a little bit loose. So you can, you can arm him up like so, and then put the other ones, say, under here, like the box actually shows. And you can arm him up however you want. So you got the lasers, you got the null rays, you got the bombs. You know, arm him up how you prefer if that's what you want. And of course, as I said before, we do have the flight stand, and basically that flips under there, and then these posts go into these ports. So where the null rays would normally go. So there we go. I'm just going to take that off because it looks stupid. Oh, I don't think I showed it. You spin. No, I'm going to go sing it. Because I can't sing because I suck at singing. Anyway, so there is thrust in his vehicle mode. And now that I've moved things, get back up there. There we go. Straighten things up. All right. Final size comparison. Here he is with Windblade. I'm not going to do the whole moving things around. You can tell how much of a size difference is. She's obviously shorter. He's obviously longer. He's taller. And he is definitely wider. All right. Let's get down back to robot mode. And then he can go back on the shelf. So first things first, we're going to disarm him again. Sorry, Americans. I know you hate the word disarm. All right. So we're going to flip down the wheels like so. And we're going to do the reverse of the wings. Now you may have to fiddle with this after the fact, just to get them in the right position. And I very much have to myself. So untab here. That's going to come out, and that like so. You can pull that back a little bit. I do like this big old port. Then we can pull out, flip it around, get it past that nubbin, and we're just going to flip that up for the time being, like so. And of course, if you want a higher wing, seeker wing, you can obviously just leave it like that. And as you can see, the arm's usually there, so you can have it up way high. Same on the other side. So untab, unplug. Like I said, it really just needs another tab like here and another port here. And we can flip all that up past certain things and straighten things out, and voila. All right, legs. So we're going to flip up that piece. We're going to split this. We're going to lift up this until it's reasonably straight, because all that's going to come with. You're going to come under here, and you're just going to sort of push and just pull it up, Combiner War style, and then get your thumb in here behind where the tab is and the thigh, and push until you feel it sort of tab into place. We can bring the foot out and try to sort of straighten her up, which I'm probably going to have to fiddle with. Use that ankle tilt to rotate the thruster back and put that back in, and hopefully I've got it where it's supposed to. I think I'm a little high. We'll see what happens. And then we can bring this down. Bring this piece up like so. And then we have this port here that's going to go on that tab, and this tab, which is a port under here. So just sort of line up behind the knee, line up there, and give it a squish, and it should be all good. We'll see if I've got that in the right spot regardless. So like I said, we can bring the foot forward. You can untab this, which doesn't really tab in, but it is what it is. Sort of just put a bit of pressure and bring that up, and thigh and knee. Use the ankle tilt to get the thruster out and put that back in. Bring this piece up. And bring this behind. Make sure it's behind the knee. And on that tab. And voila. Legs are all done for now. And these can slide as you need. Alright. I'm going to try tapping this in. I don't think they're going to work very well because they have a tendency to pop out. I think I need to now polish both of them. Alright, so we're going to flip that down. We're going to flip this up. Not too far, just enough. We're going to flip the hands out. And we're going to flip them up. And we can use that shoulder joint just to sort of keep them where we want them. Now that's sliding. We're going to bring out the side skirt. Both sides. We can fix up where they go in a minute. We're going to bring these pieces out. We're going to flip that over and down. And that will make sure to keep the arms where they're supposed to go. All right. Then we can pop the back out and lift the camera a little bit so you can actually see. All right. So we need to unplug this piece. You still can't see nothing. Unplug that piece, bring that up as far as it'll go. And we might as well do this now. We'll rotate the canopy where that is. We're going to bring this out. We're going to bring this up and unplug these. Tilt it back so we have the head clear. We can also tilt the head back again and bring that out. This is going to all accordion in, so you want this piece behind because we don't actually need it. Squeak, squeak. And then what we can do is we can collapse this piece into here. And that's just going to sit behind his head. And I don't. We can collapse all that behind. And then what we want to do is bring all this down so this ends up, or this side, ends up flat against his chest. So down, flip back, down, and just keep going until you're flat. So yeah, if this piece does not line up with this, like it won't in the box, I think the box sort of doesn't line up, it means that that metal piece here is not flat enough against his back. Alright, so what we can do is we want to take these tabs and plug them into these ports. So just make sure they're plugged in first, like so. That's actually another good sign. If they're not lining up, it's because it's not compressed enough. Then these tabs will go into here. So press those down. We can then bring up the side skirt, flat under. Get the butt skirt out of the way and compress the ab crunch. And if you have a bit of a gap like this, it just means if you can get your fingers in the right spot, just press his pelvis up a bit. All right. We can then drop the butt flap, press that against there. It just sort of sits in between. And we're almost at the end. Unfocused and everything. All right. We want these wings to be more G1. Like I said, you can have them up here if you want more of a normal seeker look, but that's not thrust to me. So what we want to do is we want to drop this slider here, and we want to drop this slider here. And it can be a little difficult. It's just a matter of finding where you put your fingers. So might have to wiggle a little bit. Just trying to get it started. Come on. Try the other side. The other side tends to work better for me. So bring that down. Is that one? Yeah, it's that one. Why won't you go down? Give me a second. Right, I got it. It took a bit of effort. I might need to actually either do it a bit more or put some lube or something on there. Not necessarily lube, but maybe a bit of dishwashing liquid. And this is going to tab into there. It doesn't really lock, but it's where it's supposed to go. And that gives you your lower wing mode. So all this whole piece basically is together. So when you slide this pin is attached to this. The rest of this is actually separate. So let me see if I can do this. Come on. It's not really comfortable to do. Have I got it? Well, wait, no, I don't. It's just a matter of getting that. There we go. All right, I didn't show any of that because I didn't move the camera. All right, so it was there. I've just put my finger on the inside here and just thumb on the back there and just slide that down as far as it'll go, and then you can flip this up. So that gives Thrust his proper wing location. Get that tabbed back in. So there we go. He's a little squiviffed, but I'll fix him up. He's a little bit leaning. I think it's because I've got his feet in the wrong spot. Try that. That might be a little too far forward. Oh, maybe not. If all else fails, just drop his side. Oh, he's a little bit leaning forward now. Oh well, I'll fix that in a second. We're transforming him, damn it. We're not posing him. So we're going to extend the arms very carefully, drop the wrist and rotate. Extend the arm, drop the wrist carefully, rotate. And that gets him back into robot mode. Look a little derpy, but he's back in robot mode. I'm just having a look where my feet are. I think I might have it. Try that. Is that it? Did we get it? I think we got it. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, yeah, am I leaning back? I'll try lifting these up a bit. Oop, I think I got it. Like, he has no real trouble standing. It's just a matter of initial balance. And his knees might be partly detached. No, they're plugged in. All right, we're almost done. I'm sidetracking myself a little bit. We can then, of course, arm him up. You can use the bombs on here if you want. I honestly don't like that look. That's up to you. But then we can plug his null rays back into his arms like so. And there we go. Back in robot mode, fiddling with things. So there we go. So there is Thrust. Actually, you may need to angle his. It's his feet. I know for a fact it's his feet that are unbalancing him because I've got his feet in the wrong spots. One sort of higher up, I think, than the other. Try that. Yeah, probably bend over even further. Come on. Damn it. Have I got him? Yeah, I think I got him. It's always the feet on these things, honestly. Yeah, his toes are a little high. So let's try getting toes a little bit higher up. And probably too high. Oh, well, there you go. He's leaning a little forward, which could be the side wings. We got it? Yeah, we got it. We got it. And fix up his waist and whatnot. Yes, fiddly. Sorry. But there we go. So there is him back in robot mode. So there we go. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe or ring that bell. Leave me a comment. Are you waiting or preferring when Fans Toys finally makes their cone heads? Are you happy for the eventual Takara Tomy ones when they come out? Or are you, or were you, I should say, as excited as I was when they finally released the Maketoys ones? So there we go. Oh, almost forgot to mention, I always do with these ones, no instruction manual, no card. Like I said, I've mentioned that before, didn't I? So yeah, if you really want to know how this guy transforms, you either need to come have a watch of one of my videos or someone else's, preferably mine, or just basically figure it out yourself. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.